Mike Perlak here to entertain you with the help of Dire Straits, Laura Branigan, Richard Marx, Huey in the News, Paula Abdul. It'll all make sense soon enough, I assure you. I was expecting to work late tonight, but the weather had other plans, so they sent us home early. So I decided to do another time traveling video. Well, audio time traveling, anyways. 1.21 gigawatts. That's my little communicative device to say that what you're going to be hearing is going to be sounds from the past, specifically Christmas, 1992. This little WABC thing that we started doing. We started doing when we lived with an aunt of ours. This one tape I'm about to play, audio tape I'm about to play from Christmas of 1992, is basically the oldest surviving WABC little audio recording. As a matter of fact, it's by dumb luck that I still have it, because the original tape is actually long gone. But this tape I originally just gave to my mom because it was just a game to us. We were just, we thought, well, maybe our mom might like this. But as the years went on, and I got more and more into it, I made a note, especially having started doing it in '92. There are tapes we made, but that I didn't keep. The only thing that comes to mind in the recorder in my brain is I remember doing something with a cousin of mine where he he pretended he was a baseball player he liked, and I interviewed him. On this specific tape, it's actually just me pretending to be a DJ interviewing my sister Michelle, who was pretending to be Paula Abdul. So initially, I had given this specific tape to my mom, thinking, well, maybe she might like it. Just me and my sisters are on it. So it was in her possession for a little while. Then, as I started to see, I personally started seeing more and more value in making these tapes. Indian gave it, got it back from her. But the tape at that point was in such terrible condition, I don't even have the original tape, the original cheap dollar store tape. I just have a recording that I made years later, dubbing it onto a better tape before it kaput completely. So without further 1.21 gigawatts. Let's head on into Christmas time, 1992. My aunt's basement. You're probably going to hear a dryer in the background, a washer and dryer in the background. Between myself, my two sisters, my aunt and uncle, and their 4 kids, we were a house of nine people. So the washer and dryer was almost constantly going.
Good morning, people out there. As you can see, my voice has gotten a little bit better. I got 2 helpers here for me today, so we will be doing some commercials and a news broadcast in between there, and some information on the weather. But for right now, we got some music to be playing. Remember, we play everything from rap to country western, and heavy metal too, like this one called "I Want My MTV."
The extended version. I must have had the tape. My mom gave it to me because she had the record. Okay, that's copyrighted material. So, but that would be found on Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. She had the cassette and the vinyl record at the time. She gave the cassette to me. well, now I kind of inherited both my parents' records collection, so I have it on vinyl. But that's not Money for Nothing, but Brothers in Arms. But my mother either must have given me or at least borrowed me her cassette tape, because that's the only way I would have been able to play that song back in 1992 for our little show. The reason you heard me talk about my voice has gotten better, I had recently had my tonsils and adenoids surgically removed. So, like, if I remember correctly, a week, maybe two at the most, prior to recording that. So that's why I made the reference about my voice.
Money for nothing. Sex for free. That was Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. And I'm your DJ Mike Perlak, and we're just rocking away here.
Just a side note. It kind of was always my theory that if the movie The Lawnmower Man had come out just a decade sooner than it did, in other words, the early 80s as opposed to the early 90s, the movie The Lawnmower Man, it's always been my theory that the animated portion of that film would have looked much like the Dire Straits Money for Nothing music video. So next time you see that video, just the computer, specifically the guy with the mustache, just imagine him saying, "This universe is mine. I am God here." It's just a theory of mine. If the movie Lawnmower Man came out a decade sooner than it did. That certainly was the extended version of that song, though, because minus the few minutes of my junk, the track that track must be at least 7 minutes long. Okay, what else is on this tape? 1992 Christmas.
On WABC. Now, here's this one by Laura Branigan. It's called Self-Control.
That was probably the first time in my life saying her name. More copyrighted material that don't belong to me. That's Laura Branigan, Self-Control. It's also the name of the album. Another reason why I played this song, because I had a vague memory of the video that I saw when I was 5.
And that was Self-Control. And now we're going to take a commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss it. At Factory Outlet in Kenosha, Santa Claus is going to be there. Don't let the kids miss out on all the fun. Here's a little girl that already seen Santa Claus. Let her tell you what fun she had.
I had a lot of fun. Santa gave me a candy cane and other stuff.
My sister Shannon.
Well, I hope you can be there. Bye. Merry Christmas.
You heard it from Shannon Perlak. She already seen Santa Claus. What fun she had. Remember it. Factory Outlet in Kenosha.
There's that dryer I was telling you about. Washer and dryer in the basement.
Excuse me, sir. I didn't mean to bump into you like that. Oh, you're from England. No, I'm all from Australia. I hear it's very nice up there. A lot of rain all the time, though. Why don't you try this new soda? No, I haven't tried it. No, I haven't tried it. Oh, you should try it. It's good. It's jolly good. Let's see here. Oh, that was really good. Yes, this is a very good soda. Yes, it's jolly good. I wonder what the name is, though. I think it's jolly good. I know it's really good, but what's the name, though? It's jolly good. I know it's jolly good, mate, but what's the name? It's jolly good. I already told you, but you wouldn't believe me. What do you say we open up another one? Sure. Ah, this is a great soda. Yeah, it's jolly good. I wonder what the name is, though. Oh, brother. Oh, jolly good at your local groceries.
Jolly good soda.
Jolly good. I wonder what the name is, though. Oh, brother. Well, folks, I'm your DJ, Mike Perlack, and we're going to get back to some rock and roll here. Starting with this one by Richard Marx called We Are the Children of the Night.
Richard Marx, Children of the Night. Yeah, that's that jolly good soda bit. At the end of this video, I'll provide further explanation because I'm going to include something at the very end. The Richard Marx song "Children of the Night" is featured on his second album, Repeat Offender. I can't remember if it's the last song on the album or not. But anyways, "Children of the Night," Richard Marx, Repeat Offender, 1987, I want to say. But yeah, it's a pretty good song. It made me think of The Outsiders, that movie. I knew older kids read that in school, and I knew eventually I probably would too, and did in school. But I was actually familiar with the movie first, with Ralph Macchio of Cobra Kai fame. The big thing now. It's already on the 3rd season. Gotta check that out sometime, I guess. But yeah. But the song "Children of the Night," there's a line in there that I'll let you Google the song and to hear it. But there's a line in there where he makes reference to his mother and father. Well, for that line in the song to really be more in sync with my experiences growing up, you'd have to reverse the words "mother" and "father" in that line on that song. Kind of, sort of. But anyways, yeah, because I'm going to, on the tape, I'll be referencing The Outsiders after the song's done playing. That's the play out of the song. Richard Marx, "Children of the Night."
And that was Children of the Night by Richard Marx. Don't you think that would be a great song for the movie and the book? It was a movie and a book. The Outsiders, about those teenagers? I think so. And well, here's a song that I think would be good for people that live so provider. Well, here it is. It's by Howard Jones, "Everlasting Love."
Okay, that warrants some explanation. I just said, here's a song that I think is good to dedicate to people who live so providal. I'm just remembering this now as I'm listening to this recording. But I asked, Michael Bolton has a song called "So Provider." And when I was a kid, I asked somebody, what is he saying? Because of my hard of hearing, probably. I thought "so providal." I thought they said, what are you saying, "so provider"? I thought they said "so providal." So in my mind, I thought it was a word, "so providal," a word that you use to describe couples that live in unity, in some sort of emotional harmony. That was attributed to my own interpretation and my hard of hearing this. That's why I said that, and I'm just remembering that now as I'm making this recording for YouTube. There's a song I think would be good for people who live so providal. Incidentally, Howard Jones' "Everlasting Love" is a damn good song, and I believe I've already said this on my channel once before, but it is, if not the first, at least amongst the first cassette singles I ever bought as a child, with my $3 allowance. That was supposed to go $1 for each of us, but because my sisters didn't know what the heck money was, long story short, the $3 went to me. Technically, I was just learning myself. An everlasting precious love. Wait for it, give it some time. That recording's so bad. I don't know. YouTube's algorithm won't
And that was Howard Jones with Everlasting Love. And now here's New Kids on the Block with Please Don't Go Girl.
Proof positive. As a brother, I was willing to share. I had to let my sisters pick one song or two. But they didn't even have that much of a selection of music. New Kids on the Block, that was probably one of maybe 2 tapes my sisters laid claim to. Mind you, this recording, Christmas 1992, is at least 2 years after the authorities took us away from our father.
And that was New Kids on the Block with Please Don't Go Girl. One moment, folks. We are experiencing technical difficulties.
This was just an idea that popped into my head to take up time on the tape, and I just thought it was cool to just switch from mono recording to recording off the radio and just switch the radio station to unclear signals just for the sound effects. I just thought it was the coolest thing back then. And it took up time, and it was interesting. I said technical difficulties. Maybe this was a means of communication.
Everything is back to normal.
Back to normal.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with me as our guest today, I have Paula Abdul.
My sister
Paula,
Michelle.
how you doing?
Fine, Mara.
Oh, that was the tape. That was what I was recording over. As I told you at the beginning of this recording, I don't have the original tape. This is the tape I was recording it onto, and this was obviously before I purchased Procol Harum's Greatest Hits, because I believe that was Salty Dog, that little tune we just heard. A little fraction of a tune. By the way, Procol Harum's a pretty good band. Check out Conquistador. Pretty good. I have that on vinyl. Oh no, I can't play it on here, but no, I listened to a little more of it. No, it's Your Overcoat Is Too Long. Procol Harum. That little tune you heard. That technical difficulties bit was also testament to my desperation for something interesting.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with me as our guest today, I have Paula Abdul. Paula, how you doing?
Fine, Mara.
What's the name of your new album?
The name of my new record is Forever Your Girl.
Oh, I have that tape already also.
I did.
Well, I guess we should start out about what are your living habits? I mean, how do you live and everything? Do you have maids and butlers around your house?
Yeah, I have plenty of maid housework.
I can imagine, huh?
But I love doing videos like that.
Well, people, since our phone lines are busted today, we can't have any callers in to ask our guests any questions. But hopefully, you'll still enjoy the visit.
That was code for not enough in the house wanted to play WABC at that particular moment. It's like I said, this was like a game that we just played. But that whole, our phone lines are down, that was code for not enough participation right now. As I said, this is like one of a few tapes we made, and this is the only surviving one from Christmas, from 1992. Ooh, speaking of technical difficulties.
What song are you, what video are you working on now?
Opposites attract with that rack. That is very hard.
I can imagine all the computer stuff. They need to put that cartoon cat in that video. Well, do you have any advice to give anybody out there who wants to be an actor or a singer?
Yes, I think one thing. Well, listen out there, you guys. If you plan on being a singer and making videos and stuff like that, let me tell you, that is very hard. So you better think about that first.
Well, we are experiencing technical difficulties again. Please stand by.
Must not have been going the way I'd hoped.
Alright, I think we got it under control again. That darn weather's probably doing it. Alright, sorry about that, Paula. So,
that darn weather. Oh, history repeats itself. I'm home here doing this now because of the weather. I was planning on working late, but...
do you plan on doing in the future for videos? I mean, do you plan on making any more cartoon videos like Opposites Attract?
Yeah, I think maybe a few more. I think people enjoy those cartoon ones.
Uh-huh.
Incidentally, I have a documentary thing about Paula Abdul. Smart lady. I have to say, if the thing I read about her is true, she definitely was not the type of person that let people walk all over her, even back in the day. Very smart lady.
Well, everybody, this is Paula Abdul, and I'm signing off right now with, or at least she is. But before she goes, I'd like her to sing us one of her, or not sing us, but I'll play one of her songs, Opposites Attract.
More copyright material that don't belong to me. Paula Abdul, it's on forever. Your girl, Opposites Attract. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps back. That mono recording's so bad. I don't think.
And that was Opposites Attract by Paula Abdul. And for those of you that are still disappointed at the fact that the Michael J. Fox interview will be delayed, here's a little something that'll remind you of one of his movies, Back to the Future Part 1.
Obviously, I had to have recorded that off the radio. I didn't even have the whole song. Recording songs off the radio was a pastime for us poor saps from my generation. What it probably was is I knew I wanted to play that song, but I didn't have it on a tape or anything. So I just just tried to catch a part of it when it played on the radio, just to play it on our show. Terrible recording. Terrible.
Well, that was Heroes in the News with Power of Love. From the motion picture Back to the Future Part 1. Well, folks, we're getting ready to wrap things up now. We got time for one more song.
One more song.
But remember to tune in tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock. I'm your DJ, Mike Perlack.
I didn't, at the time, I didn't know the name of the song. I recorded it off the radio, and I just really liked the song, and I wanted to play it. But that's a band called Breathe, or maybe it's Breath. Anyways, Breathe or Breath. But song Hands to Heaven. It was one of two hits they made, although I don't think the other hit was as big of a hit as Hands to Heaven. But yeah, that was the band called Breathe. So raise your hands to heaven and pray and pray. Yeah, we all better be doing that now. So that was me avoiding to say the name of a song I didn't know the name of, but I really liked the song. So I just played it. I don't think YouTube's algorithm will even catch that.
Well, folks, we're about to get things wrapped up right about now.
Wrap up!
Remember to tune in tomorrow at 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock in the morning. And remember, don't forget about the Christmas party and the fact that Santa's going to be at Factory Outlet. Well, I'm your DJ signing off. We'll have a few news broadcasts and that'll be it. Well, the weather for today is, as you can probably see outside, very snowy. Possibility of a snowstorm, possibly snowing in your house for tomorrow. We'll probably listen to us at 9 o'clock in the morning for all the afternoon openings of school. Because some schools might be having half a day. And some schools may not open at all. We don't know yet. All this talk will be due to the weather. Well, you heard it from WABC. Good night, folks. Are you sick and tired of making big dinners for your family? Well, come to Ponderosa. We have two pizzas for $2. How are you gonna beat that deal? And if you don't like those two, we'll give you another one absolutely free. Well, that's at Pizza Hut in Kenosha. I thought we were going to the movies tonight, Dad. No, I'll stay home and read. You've been that way ever since we stopped the paperback exchange in Kenosha. Well, I guess I just can't resist all those great books they got there. If you don't want this to happen to your Dad, don't take him to the paperback exchange in Kenosha. All right, folks, come on down to Billy Bob's used car sale. We got everything from Fords, 1940 Fords to 1985 DeLoreans. And they're priced at $2 a car. How are you going to beat that deal? Well, that's all from me. Billy Bob's used car sale.
That last little bit that you heard was a reflection of me just copying stuff that my cousin already did, or stuff that my dad when he was going to school. I can never say that without laughing. To be a disc jockey. I have the tapes. Apparently the boy couldn't grasp the concept of editing.